Ravenlok is an action-adventure game from an indie studio Coco Cucumber. Ravenlok is a twist on the classic Alice in Wonderland tale, with the titular protagonist chosen to save the bizarre creatures living in Wonderland from the evil queen. Ravenlok retains the 3D voxel graphics of Coco Cucumber's previous efforts, utilizing the distinct art style to great effect. Every inch of the game looks fantastic, from the brightly lit farmhouse that players start in to the more fantastical world of Wonderland where the bulk of the adventure takes place. Combat in Ravenlok is basic as it gets. Early on, players get their hands on a sword and a shield, though since most enemies stand there and wait to get hit, the shield is fairly pointless. As players progress through the story, they unlock new abilities that expand their combat repertoire. There's never any real challenge to the fighting, so these special moves exist simply so players can defeat enemies faster. The inventory system in Ravenlok is a bit odd. Instead of assigning healing potions to a single button press like many other games in the genre, Ravenlok pauses the action to bring up the potion menu. The same goes for whenever players decide to use bombs, which is a bit cumbersome. If an enemy is slightly out of range when attempting to use a bomb, a big black box pops up on the screen with a message about there being no valid target, and it lingers long enough to become annoying. Since bombs in Ravenlok don't do that much damage anyway, it's best to stick with the tried and true sword and shield for most battles in the game. Luckily, combat isn't the main focus of Ravenlok. The game is mostly about completing quests and finding items that unlock new areas. Completing the quests and solving puzzles in the game is satisfying, even though they too are very easy and straightforward. A couple of stealth sections are thrown into the mix as well, though players have to practically walk into the enemies to actually fail these segments. Honestly, the only major complaint about the game is the camera can be overly restrictive at times. For some reason, Ravenlok doesn't let players rotate the camera completely around, which can obscure one's vision during certain sections of the game. This is an annoyance for sure, but otherwise Ravenlok doesn't have much in the way of serious flaws. Things like its short length and easy difficulty may be deal breakers for some, but others might enjoy having a game like this to play in a sea of titles that are ultra tough or otherwise take hundreds of hours to get through all their content. Ravenlok is not for hardcore gamers that want to invest hundreds of hours into their games or who are looking for a challenge. It's a short, sweet, easy game that's perfect for sitting back and relaxing or as a good starter game for kids.